My interests are a multidisciplinary approach to educational technology and environmental management. February of 2009, I co-founded a nonprofit group named Quench. We are a group of Harvard Extension School students from a variety of disciplines whose purpose is to take action on a local level to create global change. Our thread, community connections and 21st century skill sets. In October 2009, my capstone project started with an idea and a classroom conversation with a teacher and a colleague. Wayne Sentman wanted to connect CO2, our oceans, and our food as a pilot program for his organization, the Oceanic Society. This would be an environmental awareness experiment. After our conversation, we decided the students would not eat red meat for 2 weeks to reduce the CO2 emissions created by red meat production. This would offset the CO2 emissions of the oceanic researchers' flight to Palau. We began to integrate lesson plans, events, contacted experts. We were explaining the information and trying to figure out if the students understood the material, if they were excited, passionate about the experiment. We found we had too many entry points and could now discover where the real questions and interests lie. Once we could better define where the perceptions of the material were and could articulate their needs, we began the experiment. We wanted to maintain interest in the project and expand the international component. We decided to leverage Skype because our colleague was traveling to these remote places, and this would support a continued connection to the project and offer them an international experience they would not otherwise have had without the technology. The students could ask him questions directly, and they loved that. Skype offers an authentic learning experience. It invoked a real emotion when they saw the animals and environments they were helping to sustain. It kept them interested in the material. Their culminating performance was the recruitment of 100 other people and a cat from their community. They offset 4 tons of CO2 and received admiration from the world-renowned oceans researcher, Sylvia Earle. I expanded the project in January 2010. The Green Team Girls wanted a website. We created a walled garden in a co-constructed social networking environment, like Facebook, but closed from the public, secured and password protected. We chose ELB because it is an open source technology I have experience with, and I wanted the students to have informal access to the project from home. This space created peer-to-peer teaching and fun social learning. From here, I created lesson plans based on their perceptions of the experiment material and asked them to articulate their CO2 experience via blog and short answer. We took the questions to the expert, the oceanic researcher, groups from the remote areas, the Harvard instructor. They came into the classroom, blogged on ELGT, and used Skype to answer questions, communicate, and collaborate. At one point, they heard over 70,000 albatross birds from the Midway Atoll. They were so focused on their questions, I had to point out their environment. As we grew to understand the material and the process, we grew to understand each other and create a group dynamic and relationship. We are now comfortable enough to express our thoughts and opinion. This strengthened our learning and our project. It's now time to look at the whole picture and tell our story. I wanted a multimedia technology appropriate for 5th grade students to tell their story using voice, text, and pictures, the collaboration with others. We all wanted the narrative of our story to invite others into the conversation about CO2, red meat, and the environment. The VoiceThread technology met all of my criteria. Now we brainstormed our story, mind mapped on the chalkboard, and had group discussions during lunch and on Saturdays. We had all our story elements organized, and now we created visual representations. We used many dynamic materials and creative ideas. Gummy fish and burgers, the only appropriate use of these high fructose materials. I like the transfer of information already known into a new environment, such as technology and multimedia. It challenges the students to use their information in a new way. It helps them to explain their mental models. It's clear the learning moments continued well after the Skype and blog exercises when the students included the information they'd learned within their voice thread. Our dialogue, community integration, motivation, and passion about the project spread quickly. We were invited to present our voice thread at the Mass General Hospital Family Health Fair. This would be our culminating performance and took place in front of 50 to 60 other people. The audience was engaged and entertained as the students showed them their work. The Green Team girls also displayed their dynamic story elements. They offered Jenna Norwood Supercharge Me green smoothie recipes, a sustainable raw food snack, while engaging in dialogue with the audience. The principal is thrilled and wants to see more of this happening. Tina believes the multimedia integration made a deep impact on their learning. The students had learned valuable 21st century skills. They integrated science and technology to promote awareness and communication among various groups, while adding fun into real learning. We have future plans to continue this project and look forward to our upcoming experiences. The content and multidisciplinary approach of this project raised the interest of many key players within the environmental and EdTech communities. I was invited to present the project at the Centennial Environmental Panel Dinner. I was also nominated for an individual Green Carpet Award and our group Quench for a Green Carpet Team Award. We are excited to reach a broader community.